In the hushed silence of the witch's land, Percival, our knight, presses onward. His grip on the crimson spear tightens, a beacon of hope in this fearful landscape. He leaves his faithful companion Bogar behind, instructing him to follow if he fails to return within 2 days. The weight of his mission hangs heavy in the air, a silent promise to bring light back to this cursed land. As he ventures deeper, the feeling of being watched is a cold shiver down his spine. Instead of revealing his awareness, he slips like a shadow into the nearby woods. A silent companion, Taliesin, lends his wisdom and guidance to Percival, a comforting presence in his mind. Peering through a grimy window, Percival witnesses the pitiful sight of the witch's slaves. Their malformed and misshapen bodies tell a tale of cruel enslavement. Among them, a giant stands out, a formidable adversary, but there's a glimmer of humanity in his eyes. Morning dawns, bringing a new challenge. The giant blocks Percival's path, but an unexpected alliance forms. The giant, trapped by his duty to protect his friends, agrees to aid Percival in his quest to vanquish the witch. A vow is made. Percival promises to ensure the safety of the giant's friends, a pledge that is understood and respected. The battle against the witch, however, is far from easy. The sight of the crimson spear sends her into a fury. The witch attempts to wrench the spear from Percival's grasp, filling his mind with terrifying visions of monsters. Yet Percival stands his ground, the spear bleeding profusely, a pool of blood forming on the ground. For a day and a night, the mental battle rages on. Percival and Taliesin, weary and pushed to their limits, fight against the onslaught of the witch's sorcery. Meanwhile, the enslaved, free from the witch's potions, slowly regain their freedom. As dawn approaches, the battle reaches its climax. The witch, Avalon's wayward daughter, uses every trick in her arsenal against Percival, Avalon's grandson. But Percival is armed with Taliesin's wisdom and his pure heart, making him an adversary not to be underestimated. The Curse of the Death Crone, a tale of bravery, alliances, and the power of a pure heart. A testament to the strength of one knight's resolve to bring light back into a world shrouded in darkness.
In a world where the sword and the sorcery rule, where knights and witches cross paths, a tale of love, curse, and redemption unfolds. Picture this: our hero, the noble knight Sir Percival, standing victorious yet cursed, his destiny twisted by the spiteful words of the fallen Death Crone. A deathly silence sweeps over the battlefield as the witch's curse echoes ominously. The curse of the Death Crone, a spell so potent, so devastating it promises a fate worse than death. A life devoid of love, a life filled with hatred and an inevitable lonely demise. But let's not forget our hero Sir Percival is no ordinary knight. He's the embodiment of courage, strength and virtue. Even as the curse takes hold, his spirit remains unbroken. The witch's words, however, cast a long and dark shadow over his triumph. The enslaved are free, yes, but at what cost? The king, their savior, is cursed, doomed to live a life of solitude and despair. The joy of freedom is tainted by the sorrow of their savior's fate. Yet the story doesn't end here, for in this world of magic and mayhem where curses are real, so too are miracles, and it is in these miracles that our hero places his faith. For the conditions of the witch's curse are not merely impossible, they are absurd. Rocks flowing like water, the sun refusing to rise, the new moon visible in broad daylight, the planet Mercury seen at high noon, fire in water, snow in Cisalpine Gaul on a summer day, and all these phenomena to occur on the same day within a month. These are not mere obstacles, they are insurmountable walls designed to break the spirit of the strongest of men. But Sir Percival is not just any man. He is a knight, a warrior, and in his heart hope flickers, refusing to die. What follows is a journey of a cursed knight, a journey filled with trials and tribulations, a journey that tests the very fabric of his soul. He battles not just the physical demons, but also the emotional ones. His heart, once filled with love, now bears the weight of the curse. Yet amidst the despair, he clings on to hope. Hope for a miracle, hope for love, hope for redemption. In the end, the tale of Sir Percival is not just about a knight and a curse. It's a tale of love, of hope, of the indomitable human spirit. It's a tale that teaches us that even in the face of the most profound despair, hope can still find a way. And it's this hope, this unwavering faith, that makes our hero Sir Percival truly heroic. So as we delve deeper into this tale of curses and knights, of witches and miracles, let us remember the power of hope. For in the darkest of times, it is hope that lights the way.
In the heart of the Middle Ages, a knight named Boga embarks on a solemn journey, carrying the weight of his master's despair back to the fortress of Camelot. A tale of a witch's curse hangs heavy in the air, a cruel jest of impossible challenges laid upon a king. The king, Percival, shares his predicament. A mockery of hope, he says. The witch gave me a challenge that appears simple, to find a place where rocks flow like water, but the rest, they seem impossible. Percival's voice trembles as he outlines the true impossibility of the witch's curse. The new moon, a celestial body that hides in plain sight, cloaked by the brilliance of the sun, unseen and elusive. Mercury, a shy planet, only peeks out at dawn or dusk, never daring to show itself at high noon. Snow in southern Gaul in the heat of late June or July? Unheard of. A day without the sun rising or fire coexisting with water? Both notions defy nature's laws. Percival's despair takes a physical form in the archives of Camelot, where he and Taliesin, the court poet, lose themselves in ancient manuscripts and intricate diagrams. Their efforts yield but two certainties. The new moon will make its unseen journey across the sky in a fortnight, and there is one place where rocks flow like water. The place, Iceland. With the day and the location set, the king is faced with a race against time. The impossible challenges stand between him and the lifting of the witch's curse, but Percival is a king unbowed. All curses have an escape, he says, a spark of hope in his voice, and with that, he sets off for Iceland. As the king's silhouette disappears in the distance, one cannot help but wonder, will he find the new moon and witness rocks flowing like water? Will he see Mercury at high noon, or snow in the heart of summer? Will he find fire in water, or a day without the sun rising? Only time will tell if Percival can defy the impossible.